Very special episode of the Hooked on Sport podcast. It's Sophie and Wallace here at Royal Melbourne for the Australian Open. It's been a very, very gusty day, and we're going to give you a recap in regards to what happened. We have 3 on 6 under. Elvis Smiley, Ryan Fox and Carlos Ortiz. Sophie, how did the South Australians go?
Well, we have our 2 experienced players leading the South Australian pack. That's Wade Ormsby and Stephen Leaney, both sitting at 3 under. We've got Jack Buchanan closely behind with an amazing final stretch of holes at 1 under. We then have Jack Carter, Jack Thompson, Lockie Barker, both at 2 over, and Adam Bland is sitting currently at 4 over. An unbelievable day for the South Australians, I must say.
We were out there for a lot of that day, and the wind, it was hot, it was windy, it was a north wind, and at the end of the day, it turned around.
It completely turned around. At the beginning of the day, I've got sweat marks everywhere. I mean, my underarms, I'm just having to look at myself in the mirror thinking, I'm so sorry. I'm about 5'2", so I'm leaning up and everyone's seeing my sweat marks and I'm shoving the mic up to them. But now I'm sitting here talking to you in a puffer jacket. I cannot believe it. It was so gusty at Royal Melbourne. There was a shift in the weather. It was unbelievable. I actually heard that they didn't cut their greens today because I think they might have been a bit scared about some balls rolling off them.
Rory was here, big crowd early on this morning. What was the thing that caught your eye?
Well, I mean, obviously Rory McIlroy caught my eye. You know he caught my eye. I snuck the hat on a couple of times. I got told it was slightly tasteful. It was unbelievable to see the stars of the show, Minwoo Lee, Adam Scott and Rory McIlroy walking up the... I got lucky, actually. I walked in and I saw them coming up the 18th hole, and I told my friend who's new to golf, I said, stop it. We have to sit here and watch them. The crowds were unbelievable. But do you know what I was most proud of our crowds, our Aussie crowds? They went out and they went and supported the afternoon field, and it was astronomical. It was amazing. There was music, there was food here, and we saw a lot of South Australian spectators following our South Aussies, which I'm always happy to see.
You caught up with a couple of the players after their rounds.
Yeah, first person I spoke to was Jack Carter. An unbelievable round of golf for him today. I loved speaking with him. He carded a 2 over, which I don't think he's going to be particularly happy with, but he was more than willing to speak to us and showed some great insight into how Royal Melbourne was playing. Sophie Hilditch here. I'm with Jack Carter at the Australian Open. He was the first group off, and he's been kind enough to join us walking off that 18th hole. Jack Carter, what did you make of your round today?
It is very tough out there. There is that much wind blowing around, and yeah, it's just hard. It's just a hard day. It's just a grind.
It looks incredibly hard, but talk me through the 16th hole. That's one of the hardest holes at Royal Melbourne, I want to say. And what did you do there?
I've just striped this 4 on. I mean, could not have hit it any better, and it ended up about... I just striped it in there, and lucky enough stepped up and actually hold the putt, which makes it that much better.
Jack, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck for the rest of the week.
And you then caught up with Wade Ormsby.
Wade, what an amazing round, 3 under. That wind in the afternoon really did pick up. He had to deal with the wind shift as well. We got to watch those amazing hands around the green. Some of his short game is just unbelievable. I'm so jealous. I got to speak to him. He was a bit focused because he did bogey the 18th. He probably hasn't had time to really focus on his entire round and the bigger picture, but he was great to listen to. And do you know what? He knows Royal Melbourne inside out, so I loved his insights. Here with Wade Ormsby, 3 under today under incredibly tough conditions. How was Royal Melbourne out there?
Royal Melbourne's always good, but that was pretty tricky out there. It's just a matter of trying not to make too many mistakes, and I did a pretty good job of that. I kept on the right side of the hole for the whole day, and obviously finishing with a bogey, never a good feeling, but obviously 18 was a brutal hole today. I was just into off the left. It was a tricky tee shot for me, and then, anyway.
Yeah, there was a bit of wind change out there, but talk me through your chip on 16. I got to see it, and it looked unbelievable. You played it perfectly.
Yeah, I was kind of in between putting it and chipping it, and that, what do you call it, the ryegrass, whatever, the fescue actually, that looks pretty freshly laid, so I wasn't kind of confident how it was going to come out of there, so decided to fly it over the top of it and hit a perfect little flighted chip.
Well, it didn't look like you weren't confident. Wade, I hope you have a great round tomorrow.
Perfect, thank you.
And you caught up with Jack Buchanan as well.
Jack Buchanan, friend of the pod. We only interviewed him, I reckon, maybe 5 weeks ago now, and wow, look where he has come from. Off getting a TP World Tour card, final stretch of holes, I reckon, 4 under in his last 5 holes, just impeccable. He was kind enough to join us. Always lovely speaking to Butch. Here he is. Hi, I'm here with Jack Buchanan, 1 under, an incredible last 5 holes. There was a bit of a wind shift there, I want to say. How'd you find it?
Yeah, definitely. I set on, 16 the par 3 to my caddy that it dropped like 10 degrees, it felt like. But it kind of worked in our favour for 17 the par 5. I was able to hit a 9-iron into that, which is pretty handy because I think a lot of the guys would have been hitting a bit more. So, yeah, I think it did help a little bit the last couple.
Yeah, you definitely made advantage of those downwind on 17. Tell me what was working the best for you today out there.
I think overall my iron play was really good. I was on the greens a lot, which is handy. Probably didn't putt the best early on, but tee to green I was pretty solid, which is handy.
It's definitely handy around here at Royal Melbourne. Butch, best of luck for tomorrow. Thanks for speaking to Hooked on Sport.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.
We wish the South Australians all the best tomorrow. What are you looking forward to most?
I'm just looking forward to Royal Melbourne getting a bit more spicier. I think with this wind, they're probably going to cut their greens tomorrow, roll them a bit more. I think our players are going to have a big test of golf ahead of them. I think our South Australians are well and truly up for the challenge. We've got 4 South Aussies who had to battle in the afternoon wind. They're coming out bright and early in the morning, and that includes those leading of the pack, Wade Ormsby and Stephen Leaney. So I'm looking forward to going out, watching those experienced players. They know how to play Royal Melbourne. Listening to Wade talk about, debating a putter or debating his lob wedge, it was just unbelievable. I loved listening to it. And I reckon I'm going to follow him pretty closely tomorrow. The other person I love watching was Stephen Leaney with his son Seb Leaney on the bag. I mean, it was beautiful. I felt a bit scared for Seb. He got called in to read a putt, and I thought, better not get it wrong, mate. But he nailed it. His dad held the putt, and it's just beautiful to see that kind of relationship out there.
Yes, it was great to see the two of them working together. Now, tomorrow's forecast, 14 minimum and 25 max, no rain expected, and the wind will be coming from the southwest, 15 to 20 kilometres, so a little bit different from today, so expect some low scoring. Yeah,
definitely expecting some low scoring. Wallace, it was a pleasure walking. I think it's been 12 hours for us out in the Royal Melbourne, but I loved every moment. I loved listening to you every single hole. Oh, gosh, love this hole. Oh, this hole, even better. I mean, is there a hole at Royal Melbourne you don't love?
It's a pretty special place, and yep, we clocked up just under 20,000 steps, so doing well today. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. What are you up to tonight?
Well, Wallace, 2 of my best friends just got engaged, so I'm sorry if I'm looking a bit hazy tomorrow. I think we have a couple of champagnes waiting for me back at the Airbnb, and I need to get dressed. I need to have a shower because I'm looking pretty scrubby, but we're going to go out and celebrate, and then we're all going to come and join and watch the Aussie Open.
Great job today, Sophie. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Sophie and Wallace signing off from Royal Melbourne.